Yeah, we have Punit with us today, founder of Koinx, right? Thank you so much, Punit, for
Yes.
joining. And हम लोग पहले भी मिल चुके हैं, and this is our virtual meeting probably. And congratulations on Koinx. And जो मोटो है इस कॉल का is basically to understand कि ये जो product है वो क्या है and how is it helping crypto ecosystem in India. So can we हम लोग आपके इंट्रो से स्टार्ट करते हैं फॉर द पीपल जिनको नहीं पता है. लेट्स स्टार्ट आपकी क्रिप्टो जर्नी, कभी आपने स्टार्ट किया एंड देन हाउ हैज इट बीन सो फार.
Sure. First of all, thanks, Shiv, for inviting me and hosting me here. It's amazing to interact with the crypto community and like the crypto conversation group altogether. Sure. So my introduction, Shiv, मैं active हूँ crypto ecosystem पे from 2017. So I started working with companies building their architecture protocol back in late 2017, early 2018. Worked with the company to change their proof of work consensus mechanism to delegated proof of stake. So this is something that we were doing back in 2018, and trying different consensus mechanisms around. So I was helping them as a consultant there on the architecture side of things. Then in 2018, mid 2018 ke around, government of Rajasthan announced the program called the Student Startup Exposure Program. So there they were inviting applications all across the Rajasthan state, and were inviting startup ideas and solutions that can transform the country. So I pitched in an idea of blockchain integrated with health insurance, and they liked it, and they sent me to San Francisco for about 3 weeks to get a global startup exposure. Silicon Valley में कैसे startup ecosystem है, वहाँ के VCs कैसे सोचते हैं, happened to meet Tim Draper, and a lot of the other cool stuff there, and came back to India and realized कि blockchain is picking up across the globe. हर जगह पर लोग ब्लॉकचेन की बातें कर रहे हैं, एंड इंडिया में जो बाकी टेक्नोलॉजीज के डेव सेंटर था, ब्लॉकचेन के लिए इतने भी लोग नहीं है जो हु कैन बिल्ड डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड एप्लीकेशंस या स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स लिख सकते हैं. मैं उस टाइम की बात कर रहा हूँ जब पूरे इंटरनेट पर सिर्फ एक कोर्स था कि कैसे ब्लॉकचेन सीखें, और वो भी हाइपर लेजर और आईबीएम वाला कोर्स था, तो इथेरियम वाले नेटवर्क के ऊपर कुछ नहीं था. सो देन द आइडिया वाज कि अच्छा ठीक है, who would be the guys who would understand the technology first. So started educating engineering students in their college itself, where they can learn the technology, and we started a community initiative called Blockchain at India. So fast forward, Blockchain at India turned to Zubi, which was an edtech company. Like I personally have taught more than 7,000-8,000 people about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and other stuff. And then so yeah, that was the edtech journey that I was part of, where I was educating and creating awareness about blockchain as a technology and cryptocurrencies across the country. 2021, Sandeep Nelwal started Crypto Relief Fund, which was basically a fund aimed to help India fight COVID, where we saw a lot of people contribute in funds and help and came together to help the country out. And this is the same fund where Vitalik ने 50 ट्रिलियन शिवा, जो उस टाइम पर $1 बिलियन की वर्थ थी, इतने tokens transfer किए थे to this fund. So I was helping Sandeep deploy this funds out for the last 1 year, and working, identifying different set of groups, किसके साथ काम कर सकते हैं, किसके साथ नहीं. So that is where I got exposed to regulators. ठीक है, so regulators as in regulators from the crypto ecosystem, from the government side of things. एंड वहाँ चीजें क्लियर हुई कि अच्छा ठीक है, क्रिप्टो इकोसिस्टम का वे फॉरवर्ड इज रेगुलेशन, एंड इट्स कमिंग इन फॉर्म ऑफ टैक्सेशन. सो इट वाज क्वाइट ऑब्वियस कि अच्छा ठीक है, टैक्सेशन आने वाले हैं, एंड रेगुलेशंस भी आएंगे क्रिप्टो इकोसिस्टम पे, एंड it's just the starting stone of regulating cryptos into the country and across the globe. There are many countries in the recent trends. Last 6-8 महीने में आप देखोगे तो बहुत सारे countries regulations लेके आ रहे हैं on cryptocurrencies. So that's where the the initial thought process for Koinx started in. And जब taxes का announcement हुआ budget पे, so then my immediate reaction was कि अच्छा ठीक है, how will I calculate taxes for my portfolio? So I found no solution out there. And था कि मतलब how will the 2 crore plus investors जो invest किए हैं crypto में, वो कैसे calculate करेंगे? So like realize that this is a blank space and there is no solution that is available as of now. So that was enough to motivate me to start building one.
मुझे काफी अच्छा लगा, like everything जो भी आपने किया. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Like starting from your scholarship, going to San Francisco, right? Learning about blockchain. वहाँ पे blockchain सीखा. You come back to India and you see कि blockchain is such a huge space, but there is so little which is happening. And the one important thing that you need to build blockchain is dev, and we don't have enough dev. So let's go ahead and build dev, right? Get more devs involved, right? So education part of it, right? So you got involved with edtech, that edtech, and then you got involved with, of course, Sandeep, right? And that was a, first of all, salute to you, because that was a very difficult task, and I'm not sure who else would be ready to take up that. So thank you for doing that. Now, जब आप कर रहे थे crypto relief का fund allocate and deploy, then of course you were in touch with all these regulators, and their concern was, okay, what about taxes? What about this? What about that? So from there, another product. So I would say कि जो भी आपने product build किया, there was initiation point in your head, right? There was a reason, and then you started. It's not like all of a sudden चलो start करते हैं.
Correct.
So edtech जो आप बोल रहे थे Zubi, did you mention blockchain India by Akshay Agarwal?
Blockchain at India. तो वो blockchain India था. This was a similar sounding blockchain at India जो हमने start किया था, which was primarily student clubs. तो जैसे in engineering colleges you have different clubs set up in the college ecosystem. So this was a club aimed to educate people about blockchain. Like Google have their Google developer clubs, Facebook have Facebook developer circle, but none was talking about blockchain. So this was a club only to talk about, like-minded people in the college come together and only talk about blockchain.
And so let's come back to Koinx. How do you spell that? Because the reason I'm
Koinx.
having this difficulty, because there was an exchange called Koinx, which was Koinx. So that is why. So anyway, so let's talk about Koinx. So Koinx क्या है? And basically, how does it help? And then I have question after that as well.
Sure. So Koinx अभी एक सिंपल सा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहां आप क्रिप्टो में लॉट ऑफ पीपल हैव इन्वेस्टेड फंड्स, लोगों का पैसा लगा है, लोगों ने ट्रेडिंग करी है. अभी लोगों को ये पता है कि यार मुझे बिटकॉइन खरीदना चाहिए कि शिवा खरीदना चाहिए, बिकॉज दे हैव लाइक ट्रेडर्स हैव देयर ओन इनसाइट्स, मार्केट्स रिटेलर्स हैव देयर ओन अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ कौन सा क्रिप्टो खरीदना चाहिए. वो लोग खरीद लिए, बेच लिए, बट अभी गवर्नमेंट बोल रही है कि टैक्सेस चाहिए. अभी जब टैक्स कैलकुलेट करने की बारी आती है क्रिप्टो में, unlike stock market, it is very difficult to calculate the taxes on crypto. क्यों? दो रीजन. स्टॉक मार्केट पे आपका सिंपल होता है, आपको रिलायंस का शेयर खरीदना है, आप INR दोगे, रिलायंस का शेयर लेते हो. आपको टाटा का शेयर लेना है, INR दोगे, रिलायंस टाटा का शेयर लोगे. इन क्रिप्टो यू कैन लाइक, एंड स्टॉक मार्केट पे देर आर ओनली 2 exchanges, NSE, BSE, जो रेगुलेटेड है, जहां से आप स्टॉक्स खरीद सकते हो, बेच सकते हो, कंसिडरिंग द इंडियन एनवायरमेंट. क्रिप्टो में क्या है कि आपके पास ऑप्शंस INR से तो है कि INR से आई कैन बाय बिटकॉइन, INR से आई कैन बाय इथेरियम, बट आई कैन ऑल्सो बाय इथेरियम पेइंग अनदर क्रिप्टो करेंसी. तो जैसे आई कैन गिव यू मैटिक एंड आई कैन बाय ईथर, आई कैन गिव बिटकॉइन एंड आई कैन बाय ईथर. अभी इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि दिस इज अ वेरी यूनिक थिंग. ठीक है, सो लेट्स से आई एम गिविंग 10 ईथर्स एंड गेटिंग 1 बिटकॉइन. तो मेरा बिटकॉइन का जो प्राइस है वो ईथर के टर्म्स पर है, बट ईथर अपने आप में कांस्टेंट क्रिप्टो नहीं है. इट इज लाइक चेंजिंग डे इन डे आउट एवरी सेकंड. सो इफ समवन विल हैव टू कैलकुलेट कि व्हाट वाज माय कॉस्ट ऑफ एक्वायरिंग अ पर्टिकुलर क्रिप्टो, कितना मैं खरीदा, उसको मैं कुछ टाइम होल्ड किया एंड फिर बेचा, तो कितना मैं बेचा in INR terms, because I need to calculate taxes on my INR terms. So what is the net difference that I made? What is the profit that I made? What is the loss that I made? ऐसे समझो कि आप इसको 50 ट्रांजैक्शंस में करो. ये आदमी मैनुअल कितना है, क्योंकि एक्सेल नहीं बता पाएगा आपको. एक्सेल बता पाएगा इन ईथर टर्म्स, बट व्हाट अबाउट इन INR टर्म्स. आपको फेच करना पड़ेगा कि उस दिन पर, उस टाइम पर, उस क्रिप्टो की प्राइस क्या थी. एंड मोर ओवर यहाँ पर 1000+ एक्सचेंजेस है, जहाँ स्टॉक मार्केट में 2 ही एक्सचेंज है, यहाँ 1000, और प्राइस किसी में सेम नहीं है। सो आप बाइनेंस पर या ग्लोबल एक्सचेंज पर कोई प्राइस, लाइक देयर इज अ सिग्निफिकेंट प्राइस डिफरेंस इन ग्लोबल एक्सचेंजेस एंड इन द
Indian.
geographic exchanges that are present here. सो अगर एक यूजर को ये सारी चीजें मैनुअली फेच करनी है, अभी तो सोचो मैं आपको सिर्फ सेंट्रलाइज्ड एक्सचेंज में क्रिप्टो टू क्रिप्टो ट्रांजैक्शन विच इज जस्ट वन थिन लाइन ऑफ क्रिप्टो इकोसिस्टम वो बता रहा हूँ। नाउ इमेजिन डूइंग दिस फॉर lending, borrowing, staking, peer-to-peer transactions, crypto wallets, NFTs, airdrops, mining. Like there are series of things that fall in.
Yeah.
Like people won't be able to calculate, and this is something that cannot be solved manually. So what we are doing is basically we are building a platform that helps you automate all of this. तो एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म जिसको आपने लाइक आपको सिंपल लॉगिन साइन अप करना है, आपको अपना एक्सचेंज, मानो इफ यू हैव ट्रांजैक्शंस लेट्स से ऑन बाइनेंस और ऑन वजीरेक्स और ऑन CoinDCX और ऑन BitBNS, कोई भी एक्सचेंज है, वो एक्सचेंज के साथ सिंपल इंटीग्रेट कर देना, and our platform would understand your transactions, would understand your trades, and would be able to give you final tax कितना आपको पे करना है within like 5 to 7 minutes. This is what we have built.
This is amazing. So, couple of questions that I have on this though.
Sure.
The first question is like, so mostly ये जो integration होगा, that can be any exchange, like Binance का भी हो सकता है और Indian exchanges का भी हो सकता है, और only Indian exchange?
नहीं, any exchange. Currently,
Any.
the platform is live and it is supporting 6 exchanges: Binance, CoinDCX, WazirX, CoinSwitch, Kuber, Vault, and BitBNS.
Okay.
So these are the 6 exchanges that we are already supporting.
Wow. Okay. And then, so the product is live. So basically,
Yes.
आप करते क्या हो? Do you go to Koinx and you put your address, or how does it work? How does it calculate?
Sure. तो currently we have 2 different kind of mechanism. एक है जहां आप CoinDCX से अपना CSVs डाउनलोड करोगे, ट्रांजैक्शन जो ट्रेड हिस्ट्री है फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर ईयर, आपने डाउनलोड कर दिया हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पर, सिंपल ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप, दैट्स ऑल. So you just have to download the CSV from that particular exchange, drag and drop and upload it, submit the button, all done. Second, very unique thing, and like we are proud to be first in the like the entire ecosystem that we have built something like this with an exchange. तो BitBNS के साथ हमने क्या किया, आपने इंस्टाग्राम या कोई और एप्लीकेशन यूज किया होगा, वहां एक सिंपल बटन आता है, कनेक्ट विद फेसबुक, कनेक्ट विद ट्विटर, लाइक जस्ट अ सिंगल बटन. हमने वो किया है with BitBNS. So with BitBNS, you just have to click connect BitBNS exchange. BitBNS के environment पे read only access का allow बटन दबाना है. So literally 2 clicks. In 2 clicks, आपका भले ही margin trade हो, आपका spot trade हो, आपके lending borrowing transactions हो, आपके deposits हो, withdrawals हो, or be it your on-ramp off-ramp blockchain transactions in the BitBNS ecosystem. In 2 clicks, you would be able to fetch all of that and calculated taxes in like within 3 to 4 minutes.
That's fantastic. So Punit, now with crypto, so एक तो आपने बिल्कुल definitely mention किया कि with stock exchanges there's INR trade, right? And you know the exchanges कि ये 2 exchanges यहाँ पे trade सब हो गया. With crypto, you have multiple exchanges, and आपने you already spoke about कि decentralized way of lending, borrowing. Now क्वेश्चन जो है वो ये टैक्सेशन कैलकुलेट कैसा होता है? तो यू शुड कि ये ट्रांजैक्शंस, वी गिव द ट्रांजैक्शन, इट जस्ट कैलकुलेट्स. नाउ विद द प्राइसेस, राइट? सो लेट्स से किसी ने मार्च में कुछ बाय किया या फेब में बाय किया, किस प्राइस पे? नाउ by 6 months the price is different, like you know how crypto volatile the market is. So जब price जो differences होते हैं तो वहां पे calculation method कैसा है कि like what is the so basically idea is कि what is the calculation that the algorithm uses, on what basis should I charge, should I show the tax?
Yeah, absolutely, got your point. So very simple but very powerful. क्या प्राइस सबसे ज्यादा एक्यूरेट कहाँ होगा? ठीक है, एक होता है कॉइन मार्केट कैप के प्राइसेस जो डिफरेंट होते हैं फ्रॉम द प्राइसेस दैट यू आर एक्चुअली बाइंग। कॉइन मार्केट कैप पर आपको प्राइस दिखेगा $19,000 फॉर बिटकॉइन,
करेक्ट।
बट आप जब खरीदने जाओगे तो उसको सिंपल आप 80 से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो वो प्राइस नहीं दिखेगा। देयर वुड बी ऑलवेज अ डिफरेंस दैट विल कम इन ऑन द इंडियन एक्सचेंजेस दैट यू आर बाइंग। तो वी आर फेचिंग इन प्राइस डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द इंडियन एक्सचेंजेस जहां से आपने ट्रांजैक्शंस करी है। सो द टैक्सेस दैट वी आर कैलकुलेटिंग इज नॉट द ग्लोबल प्राइसेस जो कॉइन मार्केट कैप पर एवरेज है, बट आपके एकदम लोकलाइज्ड, लाइक आपके अगर अकाउंट से 10 लाख रुपए कटे हैं तो आर प्लेटफॉर्म वुड अंडरस्टैंड कि 10 लाख इज समथिंग दैट यू हैव पेड फॉर दिस, नॉट द कॉइन मार्केट कैप व्हिच इज शोइंग लेट्स से 8.5 lakh or 8.6 lakh. So that is one way, while we are like almost being completely accurate on calculating your cost and on calculating your sell price in दोनों के ऊपर. Now how does the entire taxation work? We look at each transaction in a FIFO mechanism. What does that mean? FIFO है first in first out, कि आपने मानो 3 दिन पहले एक ईथर खरीदा, कल एक ईथर खरीदा, आज आपने एक ईथर खरीदा है एंड कल आप आज खरीदने के बाद मानो आप 2 ईथर्स बेच रहे हो. सो यू कैन नॉट से कि जो लाइक येस्टरडे एंड आज वाला ईथर था आई एम जस्ट सेलिंग दैट ऑफ, वॉट एवर कम्स इन फर्स्ट गोज आउट फर्स्ट. सो फर्स्ट में अगर आपका ईथर का एवरेज कॉस्ट इज लेट्स से लाइक 1 लाख रुपए, तो अभी जो आप सेल करोगे दैट विल बी कैलकुलेटेड ऑन 1 लाख बेसिस. तो अगर आज का प्राइस है 1,05,000, सो बेसिकली योर प्रॉफिट दैट यू हैव मेड while buying ether and selling ether is 5,000 rupees on this particular transaction. ऐसे ये पूरा accumulate होता है over the entire year. उसमें से फिर निकल के आते हैं कि आपकी प्रॉफिट्स कितने, आपका लॉसेस कितना है फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर फाइनेंशियल ईयर, जहां अगले 3 दिन तक पीपल आर लुकिंग टू फाइल देयर टैक्सेस. द 30% रूल इज नॉट अप्लाइड. 30% इज फॉर द नेक्स्ट फाइनेंशियल ईयर. इस फाइनेंशियल ईयर पे शॉर्ट टर्म गेन्स, लॉन्ग टर्म गेन्स, कैपिटल गेन्स, ये वाला सिनेरियो आएगा. सो देर आपके क्रिप्टो के इनकम के ऊपर कितना शॉर्ट टर्म गेन्स है. शॉर्ट टर्म गेन्स 36 मंथ्स के अंदर आपने मानो एक ईथर खरीदा, or if you're holding that for more than 3 years, so that will be considered as long term. But if you've bought one ether and you have sold any time between 3 years, so that will be considered as short term gain. And short term में आपके depending on which tax slab you are at, whether you are at like 5 से 10 वाला स्लैब में हो या 10 एंड अबोव वाले में हो, 20% है, 30% है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट आपकी टैक्सेस कैलकुलेट होके आती है. सो इन दी प्लेटफॉर्म लाइक इट इज people can simply see what their short term gains are, long term gains are, final numbers and an entire tax report that they can download. अभी the problem is कि लोग तो इन्वेस्ट कर दिए but their CAs do not understand about कि how to calculate this, how to where to put this across, where not. So we give an entire report that a person can download as a PDF. उस PDF में हम लोग एग्जैक्ट मेंशन करते हैं इनकम टैक्स के ITR फॉर्म में, इन ABC फॉर्म जो भी फॉर्म है उसके पॉइंट नंबर 5 सेक्शन 1 पॉइंट बी में जाके आपको ये वैल्यू एंटर करना है. सो वी गिव द स्क्रीनशॉट एंड द डिटेल सो दैट यू डोंट हैव टू लिटरली डू एनीथिंग एल्स.
Two questions. So first is that ki you give an example. Let's say कि आपने if you for first in first out, right? Let's say first ether किसी ने buy किया 1 lakh का, right?
ठीक है.
And let's say he sells within the year for 50,000.
ठीक है.
Like the market is low, but he sold it off, and so many people actually they liquidated in loss. That's very unfortunate. Correct. What happens then? Because so there is this statement which I agree with to an extent. बोलते हैं कि taxation, of course the basic approach about taxes. Like people don't like taxes, right? Because I think there are reasons why you may not like it, like because one thing I believe that कि जो मैं कॉमन मैन का बात कर रहा हूँ, लेट्स से किसी की सैलरी 50,000 है, ओके, उसकी इनकम 50,000 है महीने की, इनकम सोर्स एक ही है 50,000, इनकम सोर्स एक ही है, एक्सपेंडिचर उसके अलग अलग है. तो उसको रोड टोल टैक्स भरना है, उसको ग्रोसरीज लेना है वहां पे बाय करना है, रेस्टोरेंट लेना वहां पे बाय करना. सो बेसिकली वहां तो मतलब इनकम एक ही है, वहां पे भी एक्सपेंड किया, इनकम टैक्स ही हैज टू पे, एंड देन ही हैज टू पे एक्सपेंडिचर टैक्स आल्सो, राइट? This is the first which ideally I have still have to understand कि why because somehow I think it creates difficult situation for a common man. At least for people who have built stuff, okay, there's no problem for them. The second is that, and this applies to this question जो मैंने पूछा कि if he bought 1 lakh and then he's selling at 50,000, is because there is again this theory कि you pay taxes on the profit that you make, right? But the government won't pay you for the risk that you've taken, right? So let's right. So let's talk about कि इस scenario में क्या होता है? कि how do you calculate?
Sure. So taking a first question कि like taxes एक ऐसी चीज है जो it's not about liking or disliking it.
Correct.
It's a responsibility. I believe that's a responsibility of every citizen.
Correct.
So wherever they are living, to contribute to its growth, to contribute to its economy. So हाँ अगर point ये पूछा जा रहा है कि if I am fine with 30%, so no, there can be certain जो लोगों का गुस्सा है, जो लोगों का agitation है for 30%, that is valid. We all should aim in for कि उसका कुछ numbers हम कर we convince the government that 30% is on the higher side, and divine and different mechanisms like there are in equity markets and उस तरह का है. But if people are investing into assets and making money out of it, so it's basically another income that they are generating. So yes, so taxes उधर हमारी responsibility बनती है कि हाँ ठीक है, हमारे income आ रहा है, and if you're living in a country where taxes are there and it's a huge country and a lot of people are dependent on this, and only a small chunk, like about 3 to 4% of Indians are taxpayers and take care of
I heard that.
90%. Yeah. So then it becomes kind of a responsibility कि देश हम चला. So that is kind of the thing that every crypto investors can think on कि हमारी responsibility and हम एक responsible citizen के जैसे हम tax भर के करें, क्योंकि the cost of non compliance, आप अगर tax नहीं भरते हो and department को पता चलता है, department is now very smart, AIS TIS automated information system and tax information system is already there, which exactly knows कि आपका कितना पैसा स्टॉक मार्केट पे लगा है, कितना पैसा क्रिप्टोज में लगा है विद द TDS that has come in now, कितना पैसा आपका बैंक अकाउंट के इंटरेस्ट बैंक का सेविंग्स बैंक का आपका इंटरेस्ट कितना आ रहा है वो भी गवर्नमेंट को पता है उस रिपोर्ट में. सो दे ट्रैक एवरीथिंग. And if you are not matching in those, and if there's any discrepancy, you are subject to audit and all, and उसमें आपके costs ज़्यादा होंगे rather than just calculating and seeing what is the profit and paying the taxes. Second, on your key, अभी for this financial year, there is no such rule कि crypto का losses offset नहीं हो सकते. So people who, क्योंकि it's a capital gain that is coming in, short term gain, long term gain. So short term gain, long term gain for the people who are filing until 31st July can simply use that mechanism to calculate their gains and वो gains के ऊपर tax भर सकते हैं. But going further in the current financial year जिसका tax लोग अगले साल भरेंगे या इस साल भी advanced taxes भरते चलेंगे, so for them currently the government is not allowing offsetting the losses. They are only seeing कि अच्छा ठीक है profit होगा तो आप उसका 30% दोगे. Let's say जैसे आपके केस में आपने बताया किसी ने 1 लाख का इथर खरीदा है, 50,000 पे बेच दिया, so his 50,000 he cannot claim it as a loss against 50,000. let's say उसने 1 लाख का इथर खरीदा और 1.5 लाख पे बेचा, ठीक है, he took 2 ethers both of 1 lakh. One he sold at 1.5 lakh, one he sold at 50,000. So ideally effective net में तो 2 लाख ही बचा है, क्योंकि एक ईथर 1.5 लाख का हो गया, एक ईथर 50,000 का हो गया, तो आपका नेट में 2 लाख शुरू में आपने इन्वेस्ट किया था. 2 लाख इज करेंटली व्हाट यू हैव, बट एज पर द नॉर्म दैट इज देयर, तो जो आपने 50,000 कमाया है ना उसके ऊपर आपको 30% देना है, बट यू कैन नॉट ऑफसेट इट विद द 50,000 लॉसेस दैट यू हैव मेड ऑन दिस ट्रांजैक्शन. So you basically have to give taxes on your profits but cannot offset it on the losses that you have. So this is the mechanism that the government has currently introduced in. We are positive ki, this is a temporary kind of a setup, and government will understand it and make it better, and there would be much more clarity that will come in. But as of now ऐसा है कि सिर्फ profits के ऊपर taxes and losses नहीं offset हो सकते.
Right. So for the algorithm, Coinx का जो algorithm है, so let's say it works on FIFO. So let's say he bought 3 Ethereum and 1 Ethereum was sold. So the Coinx will still be able to check that, okay, एक Ethereum बिका नहीं है अभी तक, या फिर 2 Ethereum बिका नहीं है अभी तक.
हाँ बिल्कुल एब्सोल्युटली एंड नॉट ओनली जस्ट चेक शिव हम लोग क्या करते हैं डैशबोर्ड के ऊपर आपकी नेट होल्डिंग्स दिखाते हैं एंड आपको दिखाते हैं कि आपका एवरेज कॉस्ट क्या था विच इज करेंटली मिसिंग फ्रॉम द एंटायर इकोसिस्टम
Correct.
इन्वेस्टर्स को यही नहीं पता कि मैंने खरीदा कितने का है एंड मैंने
Exactly.
टोटल कितना लगाया है so
Right.
we not only just know that we also give that information to the users on our dashboard saying that hey you know like you have invested एबीसी अमाउंट इन दिस कॉइन इतना आपका आज होल्डिंग है उसका एवरेज कॉस्ट ये है उसका मार्केट वैल्यू अभी इतना है एंड आपके इतना गेन्स में हो या इतने लॉसेस में हो ऑल ऑफ दैट इनसाइट्स इज व्हाट वी ऑलरेडी ऑफर इन ऑन द प्लेटफॉर्म
And the Coinix का जो algorithm है, it takes the address of you, it takes your address and does it filter, does it screen your address? What all, like from an exchange, क्या information Coinix fetches?
हाँ तो सिंपल ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप है शिफ्ट तो यू नो लाइक यूजर कैन हाइड एनी एंड ऑल देयर आइडेंटिफाइबल इंफॉर्मेशन यूजुअली व्हाट एक्सचेंजेस गिव ऑन देयर ट्रांजैक्शन रिपोर्ट इज अ यूजर आईडी जो कि एक रैंडम नंबर होता है 511213 सो विच द एक्सचेंज नोस कि अच्छा ये वो अपने यू नो अपने सिस्टम पे एक यूजर आईडी असाइन करे होते हैं टू एनी यूजर so we only get that user id but we do not know who that user is who you know like what is the KYC behind we do not have access to any of these
Right.
information so with the centralized exchange you can simply download the CSV drag and drop and upload it here and अगर किसी को अपना user id change करके भी डालना है तो even the platform will understand that we do not want to know your identifiable details so you can simply drag and drop those details around going further we would be supporting the blockchain ecosystem wherein you know like the Polygon network Ethereum network Bitcoin network all of these
Correct.
would be included there you just have to put in your public address copy करके paste कर दो and और कुछ नहीं चाहिए
तो पब्लिक एड्रेस से कैसे कैलकुलेशन होगा ट्रांजैक्शन INR में कैसे
और
कैलकुलेट होगा
जैसे हाँ तो पब्लिक एड्रेस पे हाँ ग्रेट क्वेश्चन कि INR पे कैसे होगा सो लेट्स से पीपल आर बाइंग क्रिप्टोस तो व्हाट डू आवर प्लेटफॉर्म आल्सो सपोर्ट्स इज वॉलेट से वॉलेट के बीच का मूवमेंट मानो आपने वजीरेक्स पर कॉइन्स खरीदे USDT आपने वो USDT मेटामास्क में ट्रांसफर करा and the WazirX and MetaMask is linked into the platform. So our platform is smart enough to understand कि your funds you have personally moved from WazirX से MetaMask and आपका ही वो funds उधर रखा हुआ है. So उसका average INR cost price the platform will understand and there all the transactions that you made. Let's say you went to Uniswap and connected your wallet there and USDT से आपने BNB खरीदा, Tron खरीदा and stuff. So the platform will understand the prices that you're paying on so and so date using that so and so wallet. So this is currently not on the platform. It will be going further. Abhi we only support 6 centralized exchanges. Going further, we will be adding the entire blockchain infrastructure that includes all these wallets, Trust Wallet, MetaMask, you know, like different kind, Ledger, Trezor. Then the entire network ecosystem, which is Ethereum, Polygon, Solana, Bitcoin, ये सारा चीज आएगा. And आपका पूरा you know like the NFT ecosystem DeFi ecosystem is also what we will be integrating into this so like imagine this as a one-stop shop to look at your entire crypto investments
and so करना क्या होता है so let's say so there is Solana blockchain there is Cardano blockchain do you need any permissions or to integrate
कुछ
this
नहीं
into
आपको
Coinx
नहीं
no
नहीं
for you
blockchain is
for
public
the coin
ledger ना पूरा
exactly
का पूरा
yeah
open data है
right
so we don't need any permissions to integrate we will just look at कि आपका एड्रेस में क्या transactions थे तो वो transactions जो भी हैं we will automatically fetch it from that particular network
okay so we have 10 minutes to go how I'm not sure if this question is relevant or not, but a lot of people will receive as the economy grows, as the crypto economy grows, as the Web3 economy grows. काफी लोग they will get rewarded tokens in bounties or airdrops or maybe even salary, right?
Absolutely.
And so you might want to sell your tokens जो आपको maybe payout मिला है for some work that you did. उसका calculation कैसे होता है?
श्योर, सो ये ऑलरेडी कवर्ड है इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे। तो अभी जो हमारा वर्जन है, इट सपोर्ट्स इनकम एज सैलरी, इट सपोर्ट्स एयर ड्रॉप्स एंड डिफरेंट मैकेनिज्म्स। एंड एयर ड्रॉप्स का स्पेसिफिकली कैलकुलेशन कैसे होता है, अगर मानो एयर ड्रॉप ऐसे कॉइन का है जो कि लिस्टेड एंड ट्रेड हो रहा है एक्सचेंजेस के ऊपर, let's say airdrop is of Matic tokens. So उस दिन पर whenever you are getting that coins, वो आपका इनकम के जैसे क्लासिफाई हो जाएगा कि मानो आपको 100 Matic मिले and the Matic price is let's say $1, so $100 is your income on that particular airdrop because you have that opportunity to immediately sell that and take that $100. But let's say if you decide to sell it later on and so, तो आपका 100 कॉस्ट हो जाएगा एंड लेट्स से यू सेल दैट 150 और समथिंग, सो दैट विल बी योर बेसिकली द प्रॉफिट्स दैट विल बी कैलकुलेटेड। सिमिलर इज विद द सैलरी इनकम। तो अगर मानो किसी को सैलरी आ रही है क्रिप्टो में, so even that part is calculated as like people can simply calculate, label it as their salary. The platform allows you to label the transactions and label कर दोगे आप उसको सैलरी के जैसे या इनकम के जैसे, एंड वो आपका उस स्लैब में कैलकुलेट होगा। बट ऑल ऑफ दिस इज वैलिड फॉर दिस फाइनेंशियल ईयर। नेक्स्ट फाइनेंशियल ईयर में गवर्नमेंट ने अभी कुछ क्लैरिफिकेशंस नहीं है कि सैलरी को अलग ट्रीट करो, एयर ड्रॉप्स को अलग ट्रीट करो, माइनिंग को अलग ट्रीट करो एंड स्टफ। एवरीथिंग इज लुक्ड एट द 30% ब्रैकेट। So whether you're getting salary, whether you're getting airdrops, anything, all of that would be considered as 30% on each transfer. So 30% is basically what you would be getting it on the crypto taxes.
So is it this year or next year? That is this year, 30%.
30, हाँ, this financial year. When I say next year, जब आप अगली साल फाइल करोगे अपना taxes. So yeah, this current year, like if somebody is sending you airdrop now, so it will be calculated as the 30%.
Correct. Yeah, I think I'm sure there'll be more questions. Maybe comment में अगर भाई लोग आप देख लियो तो put it in a comment. इतने questions तो मेरे पास है. We have less time also, but if there is more question, maybe we'll check once again.
And
yeah,
sorry,
please.
just to add in there,
Yeah,
Shiv, so like a lot of people have questions around these कि ना taxes कैसे होंगे, airdrops को कैसे करना है, like all of this. So we are not only just here to help you calculate, but also here to help you understand how these things work.
Correct.
And on like very soon we will be starting a series entirely that will decode all of this kind of terms and उस पे आपको बताएगा कि उसकी tax liabilities कैसे होती है. So we are starting an entire tax series that will basically consider all of this kind of scenarios. Our crypto tax expert would be there as a host to help you understand what is the taxable side of things. And then like we would be creating content in like all the formats, video format, blog format, newsletter format. So we are here to help you understand how this works.
Right. Okay, that will be awesome. And also, let's say अगर किसी को tax file करना है, right? Because I believe that a lot of people are like teenagers, like 15. I spoke to somebody, he's 15-year-old, like day before yesterday, right? So imagine in लोग का and school में they don't teach you taxes, right? So basically, so a lot of people who are into crypto, they have never like ever done anything with tax. So would you will Koinx also be a point of contact, like a CA? What CA does, he calculates and he files your taxes. So basically अगर किसी को help चाहिए, if you want किसी को tax file करना है ITR, तो can they go to Koinx and Koinx can help?
So currently our focus is on crypto taxes. आपके अगर मानो इनकम सिर्फ क्रिप्टो से रिलेटेड हुए, अगर वो 15 साल का बच्चा है या एनीवन whose primary source of income is in cryptos, उसको हमारी भी जरूरत नहीं है. The way that we have designed the reports, like report में एकदम screenshot डाल दिया and we have just simply mentioned on this particular point, on this particular section, you just have to enter this data. That's all. Like very simple. Now if someone who is like a salaried income and has some of his deductions that he claims in, some of the like insurance लेते हैं या ATC के deductions या other type of tax deductions that they have. So currently we are not looking at expanding our horizon into a lot of the other stuff. We want to stay focused around the crypto, but what they can, but we have plans to integrate with companies who like are already supporting in that particular ecosystem. There are many companies who support that ecosystem. So हम वहां से किसी के साथ इंटीग्रेट कर लेंगे to give you a holistic experience. And हमारा जो क्रिप्टो का रिपोर्ट है is something that any CA would be able to understand, because like we are just giving the language that they understand.
Correct.
So self-filing tips and the filing tips for CA. So exactly which section and everything that a CA would be very easily able to understand using our report.
And so personally, of course, you're not a CA. So जब आप company start कर रहे थे, when you thought this idea, so I guess my question is कि आपके team में you have engineers, because this is a lot of data from blockchains, and like what sort of team do you have? क्या expertise है team में?
Sure. So the team also do have CAs. So like when we are building anything for the tax, we want to ensure that we are like very sound on the tax side of things. So we do have two full-time guys on our team who help us understand the entire tax kind of things, and help us. And again, like this is also a space that is continuously evolving.
Correct.
तो अगर आज गवर्नमेंट बोल रही है कि लॉसेस नहीं ऑफसेट कर सकते हैं, बट कल बोल देगी कि लॉसेस ऑफसेट कर सकते हैं. So we need to be constantly updated about this, and the platforms should also reflect those. So all of this is entirely happening and there are like in-house full-time team members that we have. Apart from that, we also have 6 consultants in the crypto tax ecosystem who have been active in this space from 2017 2018. जितने HNIs हैं, जितने जो क्रिप्टो में है हेवी वॉल्यूम्स में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, उनका जो टैक्सेस फाइल करते थे फ्रॉम 2018, they are not only just as consultants, they are our advisors and the investors in the company as well, because they believe this is very powerful of what we're building. So we are surrounded with people who understand crypto taxes and crypto ke understandings ko, and like that's a very immense expertise that we have. For example, Anush Bhasin, if you have heard of him. So Anush Bhasin is an investor advisor in this company, and like has been constantly guiding us. Same goes with Nemish, same goes with Anuj Gupta. So like the crypto ecosystem guys who are there for the who have been helping the HNIs, who have been representing different income tax notices, helping their clients, and like sitting on the other side and understanding कि यार अच्छा ठीक है government कैसे सोचते हैं, all of them are backing this particular company.
Exactly. Yeah, otherwise, of course, I can imagine it would be very difficult to otherwise draw these rules and formulate these algorithms, right? Thank you so much, Punit. This has been helpful. Anything else you want to share before we wrap up? Where can people follow you? And what do you think लोगों को करना चाहिए फिलहाल अभी?
Sure. तो अभी तो like लोगों को सिंपल, सो द प्लेटफॉर्म दैट वी हैव इज फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट टू यूज. कुछ पैसा नहीं लग रहा है, सिंपल जाके यूज करो, देखो कि कितना टैक्सेस आ रहा है, टैक्सेस आ भी रहा है कि नहीं, घबराओ मत. So like lot of the time it is possible that you are in losses and you don't have to pay any taxes there. So जाके simple check कर लो what is the status that you have, and then show that report to your C or anyone who files in your tax, and take a judgment about like how do you want to file it across and show it across. Again, like bring that point up कि टैक्स भर के कंप्लायंट रहना का कॉस्ट बहुत कम है, rather than falling into the loops of advocates and then representing and then traveling to multiple cities and attending the summons and all. That becomes very difficult. So that is one part. Second, where people can follow me, so I'm available on LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm quite active on the socials, so I'm usually available at the handle of _Punit. So that is where people can personally follow me. We have also acquired Crypto Kanun, so people can follow us on any of the Crypto Kanun handles that is available.
Perfect. We are finishing up because the call is about to end. Thank you so much, Punit. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All the best. Take care.
Thanks for hosting. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.